Hey, it's Misty with How Creative Creations. Let's go look at our new studio while it's organized and clean. So this is the entry from the house to the studio. You'll see another door, and it's a door to the outside. This is my brand new design board, and I hang my aprons behind the door because the kitchen's right outside. That's the door. Well, it's to the hallway, and then to the kitchen's to the left bit. This is Matthew's table where he does his resin stuff, and we move it out into the middle of the floor. And I'll sit on one side and help him. And then this is an extra table for extra workspace. And yes, I use a lot of photography lights to help light my room because this is a giant room. So there's the table. Underneath is storage, and we keep the dog food there. Not my favorite place, but it works. And this is where I keep extra storage, and some of it is John's leatherworking stuff. Those are all thread spools that I have run out of. It's my prize cauldron, as it said. And this is Mildred and scrapbooks and an old clock. This is an antique clock, and there's Matthew and Ethan and Sophie. It's babies, and this old shrunk came from Germany, my mother-in-law. This is a chair I just recovered. It had hunter green, which is not my vibe anymore, and so this is where I sit and do handiwork. Like, there's a crochet edge I'm putting on a blanket there. There's some of the quilts I've done recently, and then I've got some of the stuff that's in here. This is antique glasses that were at my mama's wedding. My precious moments. In the back are 3 vases that I got in Germany. It was my Nana's picture. And then some other stuff I've collected along the way. A glimpse at John and I 23 years ago. Bottles. And look, it's the entire set of Lego Muppets. Matthew collected and did those for me, and it's a plate that I had, a wood carved plate in Germany. This all is storage. I have ribbons and t-shirts to be made in a quilt, and this is all my regular fabric. The bottom one's scrap, as well as the middle one there. Next to that, this is Sadie, and the quilt that makes me think of Nana and Papa. And this is Sadie. And all that area is kept so she can swing open. And then I have this picture my sister gave me after I became a mom. And she cross-stitched that for me. This is my in the work stick ponies and tails. This is some of my Ren Fair stuff that I've gotten. It's fixing to move. And Sophie gave me the ostrich and the little people, and that's my puzzle box and some little toys and things I've collected along the way. Winnie the Pooh book and I Love You Forever were both from Ethan. This is an antique iron. A picture in the back that Sophie made me out of Pop Tops. Some other things, projects. My sister crocheted me this basket, and it holds my knitting needles. There's a Winnie the Pooh in the back, and if you know me, Winnie the Pooh. That's my button making stuff, a big thing of scraps, my thread, my Slimer. This is all my notions, how I keep most of my notions anyways, to keep them organized. This is my sewing machine, trash can. So why not reuse that as trash cans? And you'll notice if in here I have several. That's one embroidery machine. I have one underneath. And then I have projects and stuff in the making. One of these totes is my mind just left me. I have a tote for my batting and stuffing, and one for scraps, and one for patterns. These are rocks that I paint rocks as a hobby, and I go hide them around town just hoping to give somebody a nicer day. I have sewing machine stuff in here. The cords and the other stuff that comes with your machines. And then these are clips for the dinosaur dragon tails. And these are measuring tapes of various types. My empty bobbins, which I make put in fairy trinket bags. And I have those left over because I buy my bobbins that way. And I buy my needles in bulk.
Didn't mean to dump those out.
Which I just dumped out on the table. I know it's not exactly where you can see it, but I accidentally dumped them out on the table. Because I am a klutz. But they're real needles. They're from Smith's. I got them on Amazon. They're actually really good. It's just other various things that I use. There's a vacuum that I use to clean out my machines and pins and clips and safety pins. That was a cup that was from my sister's senior year. And that is my friend Miss Donna, lived down the street. She took the neighborhood kids and she took her button collection, which I'm zooming in here at some point. That was her old sewing kit, the blue box. And she gave it to me. And she gave me... Yeah, see, I'm pointing it out. It's her old sewing box. And these three... I want to say bobbins, but thimbles. 3 thimbles, the metal thimbles, were her mama's. So now they're mine. But that terracotta with the buttons on it, that was her button collection. She took neighborhood kids and worked with them to glue them on as keepsakes. This is the door to the outside, which we don't use very often. That's my silhouette. This is where I keep the stick pony stuff, my chair, desk. I'm going to get up from here. Oh, I'm going to show you that. This is Bertha. And I smashed the dog out of my thumbnail when I did this. But this is Bertha, and she's a treadle. And she's my favorite machine to work with. I can't do anything about that ugliness right there. But I covered this chair, and I covered the other chair. Just because the big black thing was this is an air conditioner my husband got me at Aldi, and it actually works. Well, I take it shows with me. This is a cut and sew that you get. Quilters cut and sew, cut and press, whatever. Mine was looking all dark and dingy and nasty, so I peeled the back off and recovered it, and John helped me reglue it together. And this is, it says, and I'm sorry, I'm not a singer. It's row, row, H2O, let's go sew some seams. Merrily, 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 merrily. Quilting's just a dream. Anyways, it's cute. And so I got that, and it on the pull out for the antique desk, and that's where I typically iron. I sew over there and come over here and I iron. I do my cutting here. So this is looking back to that side of the room. And my beautiful view outside, which my neighbor's crepe myrtles are blooming. That's my working fabric bin where I store the wings before I decorate them. Little bit of everything. And there's Matthew's table and the door again. Y'all have a great day.